My name is Professor Ebenezer. I'm with the University of South Africa. I just want to thank God for what God has done for me and my family. God has been so faithful. God came through for us. Pastor Jerry, I was that young man that God showed mercy. I was that man who, if you remember, I called my school to tell them to increase the salary. Even after seeing the salary, I said I wanted to test the God of NSPPD. And I said, I put a call through to the HR. Can you increase the salary? Pastor, you remember? I was that man. And they called me after 2 days and said, we have increased the salary. And I gave my testimony. I used to call that job my NSPP job. Pastor Jerry, I resumed that job. Everything was going well. I remember I came from Uganda to Botswana as an associate professor, and everything was going well. So when I resumed, I asked my colleagues, okay, now that you are now a lower position, from where you're coming from, what do I do to her? They said, okay, you need to stay like a year or a session before you apply for promotion and all that. I said, okay, fine. And there was one HOD. That HOD happens to be a local. So I was trained in South Africa, with so few European experience. So I understand research very well. So in my first year, I did like 9 publications. My second, so I said, okay, it's enough for me to apply for promotion. I applied for promotion exactly 30 January 2024. Pastor, do you know, when I applied for my promotion, held loose, the head said me, oh, we forgot to tell you something. You are standing in for somebody who went on sabbatical. I said, okay, why did you tell me during the time of interview or induction? He said, we forgot, but let's call him if he's going to come back also. I said, me that belongs to NSPPD. I told my wife, we started praying. We said, that man will not come back and he will not take my position. And suddenly the man called and said, oh, sorry, I was made a director and I cannot come back. As the devil will never rest. They said, oh, sorry, we are going to advertise your position again. I said, why all of this? They went ahead. In that course, the former HOD left, a new HOD came. And suddenly he started putting stumbling block that will make my promotion, make sense. Now, when it got to May, June, I needed to apply for my contract renewal. And he said, oh, only you apply for contract renewal. You are applying for promotion. Which one do you take? I said, don't worry, leave your promotion. Give me my contract renewal. Pastor Jerry, both contract renewal, both promotion, I didn't get any. I said, you're in rumor. The HR sent me a message. Oh, sorry, Ebenezer, we cannot renew your contract, blah, blah, blah. For what reason? No reason. 7th of October, I was given my letter that, sorry, your contract cannot be renewed and all that. I said, I belong to the fire altar. I went home, it was crying, anguish. My wife was crying because my wife resigned from Nigeria to Botswana, So they gave us 3 months to leave the university apartment, to leave everything, to this. I had to withdraw my children from school. And even when I tried to meet the dean, the VC, nothing. Suddenly, we finished the year and our 21 days fasting started. So while all this shenanigans was happening in my current university in Botswana, God was doing something else different. Pastor Jerry used to say, you are bigger than where you are. In that period, somebody saw me on Facebook, a professor, and said, can you work with me as a research fellow? I said, no, I can't work with you because I know Pastor Jerry taught us not to settle for small. I said, I've been a senior research fellow. I can't be a research fellow under you. He said, okay. Then that man was a director. Immediately he was made a dean. He sent me a form to fill. I filled the form and I was like, what do I apply? What do I put as promotion position? He said, put professorship. Just like that, I put professorship reluctantly. On the 7th of February 2025, I was supposed to pack my load. I was busy packing my load on the 6th when the call came in. The same man, hello Ebenezer, are you in a good state to discuss? I said, discuss with you now. I was already shaking. I said, these village people, they find me reach this level. He said, no, if you're not in a good state, we'll make it some other day. I said, no, Prof, talk. I just said in my mind, man died but once. He said, congratulations, the Senate has approved your professorship. I said, you said what? Pastor Jerry said, how will you shine? I fling my phone, Pastor Jerry. I fling the phone. I started jumping. And I started hearing from the phone, pick your call. This is not the real news. I went to pick the call. I said, sorry, sir. He said, Ebenezer, when you signed the form, you signed the 5 years contract, right? I said, yes. When I read your profile to the Senate and your papers, the Senate said, a man who has this kind of skill, a professor who have been into artificial intelligence, we are converting that contract to a permanent position. I'm now a professor, I'm a permanent position. The university pays my wife's school fees every 100%. Like, it's not like before that they pay 75%, I will pay. Pastor Jerry, this is what God did for me. We used to say, you are bigger than that position I thought I was. You see, the devil has made us believe in smallness. Pastor Jerry, this is what God did for me. God delivered me. God saved my career, saved my family. I just want to thank you that you have made us an army of soldiers. You have duplicated yourself into hundreds of thousands, and that is my joy. God bless you, sir. The oil on your head will not run dry. I will come to Abuja to give my testimony again. What God cannot do truly does not exist. Professor Ebenezer, the first NSPPD made professor of AI.
NSPPD, celebrate our God! Celebrate! Celebrate!